Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Programming in My Way. I'm going to start with C++ programming language. So here in this session, our agenda is to understand the class and object concept with the help of C++ program. So let us start. So I have one problem statement which is implementation of C++ program and which will define the class student. So we are going to declare a class student with members. So you know that class is a logical entity which contains data members and member functions. Now those data members and member function may be public or private depending upon your requirement. So here it is given that there are some private members and there are some public members. So let us start with the C++ program which uses the class and object concept to achieve our task. So let us see. So I am going to use the dev C++ ID for same. So first thing is you should include the header file, that is iostream. So let us include the header file. Now here .eh is optional in C++ language. So I am saving this program with demo1.cpp. Okay, now there is a concept of namespace in C++ which is recently added. So there is a namespace called std. So this std namespace contains the inbuilt classes, methods and the objects. So you should include this also. So these two lines are compulsory in every C++ program. Now after this there will be your class. So as per the problem statement, what we need to do, we need to define the class student. So I am defining the class. So how to define the class, which is very similar to structure definition. So here instead of struct keyword there is a class keyword, it followed by the class name. So student should be the class name because it is given. So in this problem statement it is given that you should define the class student. So I have defined the class student. Now see, this starting curly brace and ending curly brace. So this will be the body of that class, and this entire thing is called as class definition. So class definition should always end with semicolon. Now what is given next? So that class should have private members. Which are the private members? So roll number, which is in integer. So declare that. So I have taken the roll number as integer. Next one is you should take the name of student. Declare the character array. Next one is you should declare the marks of 3 subject in float. Now these are the data members: roll number, name, m1, m2, m3. These are the data members, and you know that the by default, if you are not giving the access specifier for data members, then they are by default private. Getting? So if you did not specify the access specifier, by default those members will be private. But again, as a good programming practice, I am declaring it. So I am declaring the private access specifier. Now next, let us see what is next. Now you should take one more data member, that is sum, which is an again float. So I am declaring here only. Now next, now what is next given? There is one member function ctotal which is also private, and what it will do, it will calculate the sum of 3 subject marks. So let us take that. And what is given, its return type should be float. So float, then function name is ctotal. Function name is ctotal. This is what the member function. So see, this class student has these private members. So roll number, name, m1, m2, m3, sum. These are the data members. They are private, and one member function which is again private, that is ctotal. And this returns the sum of those 3 subject marks in float. So I am directly adding m1 plus m2 plus m3. Now next, what is given? There are two member functions, take data and show data. They are public members. So just define them. So take data and show data, these member functions are public. That means, now what is the concept of private member and public member? So the private members cannot be accessed outside this class definition. They will be accessed inside or within this class definition only. And the public members, it may be data member or member function, they can be accessed within class as well as outside the class. Within class or outside the class. Now what should be the logic of take data? So it should accept the values of roll number, name and 3 subject marks, and then it should invoke the ctotal function to calculate the total. So let us do that. So I'm asking user to enter the details of student. So you know that in C++ we have cout object. So this is the syntax. So display message to the user, that is roll number, enter roll number, then marks of 3 subjects. Then with the help of cin, read those details. Read those details. So roll number. So we have taken roll number, data member. Then next one is we want name. So take name. Next we want m1, m2, m3. m1, m3. So we are reading these details from user, roll number, name, m1, m2, m3. So cin object is responsible to read the data or input from the user, which is very similar to scanf, and cout is responsible to print the thing or the content which are present in these two double quotation to the user. So cout is similar to printf in C language. Now after that, what is given, you should invoke the ctotal function. Now just check, ctotal is again declared or defined. Ctotal function is defined in this class itself, but it is private. So can we invoke that from this take data? Yes, definitely, because it is a part of class and we are right now inside class only. So call ctotal function. Ctotal function. See, from this point the compiler will go to this function definition, getting, and it will invoke that body and it will return the sum of m1, m2, m3 back. Okay, so the ctotal will return the float value back and it will return that value back to take data. So take data should collect that value somewhere. So we have taken the sum variable. So assign that result to sum. Okay, so this is the body of take data function. And what is given in show data, whatever things you have taken as well as you have calculated, display those things to the user. So again cout, you should use cout function. So I'm displaying now all those details. Now here I'm using the endl facility which will place your cursor to the new line. So when the student details are colon, this message will be printed. Then because of this endl, it will place the cursor to the new line. So which is very similar to /n in C language. And then next print your roll number of student. Then the member in which roll number is present. So it is what? Roll number. Same way you can print all other details. And as I want the every detail on new line, so I'm adding the new line. And last I want to print the sum. And after this we are not going to print anything, so that's why endl is not required. So we have seen the class definition. This is the entire thing is class definition, and you know that already we have discussed this. The compiler won't allocate the memory for your class. This is just a template. Class is a logical entity, or it is a template from which the objects will be created, and the class contains the data members and member functions, and these data members may be private or public, that is depending upon the requirement of your software. Member functions again may be private or public, that is again depending upon the requirement. So this is what class definition. Now after this there will be main function. Now at the main function, so you know that main is entry point of every C++ program, and as this is the standard way of writing C program, so main always return the 0 value to the operating system. So 0 is integer value, so that's why I'm adding the return type of main is integer. And now we should create the object. So we have created the class, we have declared the class here, or this is also called as the class definition. Now we should allocate the memory to the object. So how to allocate the memory, or how to declare the object? The class name followed by object name. So see, whenever compiler see this statement, the memory will be allocated to your object. So yes is a object, student is a class, and the yes is object. So this is also called as object, is also called as variable of class. Similar to structure variable. So yes is object, it is also called as variable of class. So class is student, or the type of yes is student. At this point the memory will be allocated to your object. Now see which members, roll number, name, m1, m2, m3, sum, these are and c total, these are the private members, so you can't access them inside main, getting, because they are private, their scope is limited to class only. You can access, or you can call show data and take data inside main function because they are public. So first I am interested to take the data from the user, so I have called the take data function with the help of object. So yes dot take data, and then you can call the show data function to display the details. So this is what your main function. And now just see the output of this program. See, there is no any error, there is no any warning, and let us see the output now. See, we are getting this message, enter roll number, name, marks of 3 subject, and now give the details. So 12, I have given 12 is roll number, then Ravi, and then 3 subject marks. So as I have declared m1, m2, m3 in floats, I have given the float values, so 10.0, 20.0 and 30.0, and then give enter. Now just check, I got the static message that the student details are roll number 12, then name, and the sum is 60. So this is what the first program in C++. So see, again I'm revising. We are including the iostream header file here. .h is not compulsory. Then there is a concept of namespace. So yesterday is the standard namespace which contains the inbuilt classes, objects and methods of C++. So these two lines are compulsory, getting. And see, we are not using any other function like printf, scanf here, so that's why we are not including any other header file. Then after that we have defined the class. So this is what class definition. So the syntax is class keyword followed by the class name, and this body contains the private and public members. So I have kept the roll number, name, m1, m2, m3, sum, and c total as private members, and take data and show data as public member. Now this member, again there are two types of members. So data members, so roll number, name, m1, m2, m3, sum, these are the data members. So because they are holding the data. see total, take data and show data, they are the member functions because they are having the logic, getting. And after this we are having the main function. So this main function is what it is, an entry point of C++ program. So inside this main function we are having the object declaration. So student is a class and yes is a object. Student is a class and yes is the object. So object is also called as variable of class. And the compiler won't allocate the memory to your class, compiler will allocate the memory to object. Now at this point actually the physical memory will be allocated to your object. Now you can't access the C total, m1, m2, m3, sum, name and roll number inside main because they are private. So you can call the take data and show data here because they are public. So that is what the C program.